Friends, this transfer window has gone from wild to absolutely insane. Bernardo Silva is tempted by £500,000 a week in Saudi Arabia, but is he ready to abandon Pep Guardiola's empire for a final payday? Meanwhile, in London, Enzo Fernández could become the headline of the summer. Chelsea desperate for cash, Real Madrid circling with £120 million on the table. Could the World Cup winner really swap Stamford Bridge for the Bernabeu? And over at Old Trafford, the storm only grows darker. Ruben Amorim is hanging by a thread, with Oliver Glasner, Xavi, and even Gareth Southgate all linked to his throne. The circus at Manchester United never stops. Smash that like button if you love the drama, subscribe for more madness, and let's dive into the chaos. Imagine this. It's a quiet evening at the Etihad. Bernardo Silva sits with two contracts in front of him. One keeps him at Manchester City as their captain and last surviving legend. The other? A jaw-dropping £500,000 per week from Saudi Arabia. Legacy or luxury? Which way does he turn? This isn't just another European star tempted by Saudi riches story. Kevin De Bruyne has gone to Napoli, Walker's gone, Ederson's gone, Gundogan's gone. And Silva is the last man standing from City's golden era. The armband is heavy, but so are the offers. Al Hilal first came with that £500,000 a week deal back in 2023. He said no then, but now? The Saudi Pro League has grown. Ronaldo paved the way, Neves and Felix followed, and the Saudis see Silva as their crown jewel. 4 years, untouchable money, global spotlight. And this time, it feels like destiny knocking. But here's the twist. Barcelona. They've chased him for years. Deco wants him at Camp Nou, and reports suggest there's even a clause in his contract just for Barca, maybe as little as €50 million. Imagine Silva stepping into Xavi's old role, becoming the heartbeat of a reborn Barca, and yet, he's already teasing us. I know exactly what I'm going to do, he said with that sly grin, but he's not telling anyone, not yet. So here's the question that could define modern football. Does Bernardo Silva choose Saudi money and become the face of a new era? Or does he write the final chapter of his career chasing legacy at City or Barcelona? What would you do if you were in his boots? The Old Trafford circus, 3 men, 1 throne. Imagine being at Carrington right now. Ruben Amorim sits in his office, staring at stats that look like a horror film. Just 18 wins from 49 games, a record that makes David Moyes look like Sir Alex. And while he clings to his job, 3 men circle like vultures. First, Oliver Glasner, the Austrian mastermind making Crystal Palace look like prime Barcelona. 19 games unbeaten, an FA Cup in hand, and yet he's already turned down a Palace extension because apparently his eyes are on United. Bold doesn't even begin to cover it. Then comes the surprise twist, Xavi, the Barcelona legend who insists he'd jump at the United job even without European football. He wants to prove himself outside Camp Nou, to write a redemption story at Old Trafford. And finally, Gareth Southgate, the man who led England to 2 finals. United sounded him out, but he politely said, "No thanks." When even Southgate won't touch your club, you know the situation is dire. The problem? Amorim refuses to abandon his beloved 3-4-3 formation, even though United are languishing in 14th place. He once said, "Not even the Pope could make me change my system." Romantic words, until you're losing to Brentford and Grimsby. And the board? They're as confused as ever. Glasner brings flexibility, but risks the same formation issues. Xavi promises Barca DNA, but is possession football what this chaotic squad needs? And in Southgate, the cultural reset they crave, wants no part of it. All of this while Amorim looks broken, players whisper he's lonely, and the Sunderland game looms, a so-called easy fixture that could finish him off. So here's the million-pound question. Do United finally break this cycle of chaos and back Amorim, or are we about to see yet another manager tossed into the fire? And out of Glasner, Xavi, or even Southgate, who could actually survive the circus of Old Trafford? Drop your thoughts below, because this saga feels like it's only just getting started. Enzo Fernández, Madrid's £120 million obsession. Picture this, Florentino Perez, late at night in Madrid, watching Enzo Fernández highlights like a man bewitched. The World Cup passes, the Champions League brilliance. This isn't casual scouting, this is obsession. Meanwhile, in Chelsea's boardroom, the calculators are out. PSR deadlines, swap deals, accounting tricks. The club that spent £107 million on Enzo might now be forced to cash in. And who's circling? Real Madrid. Chelsea's midfield heartbeat, playing every single game under Enzo Maresca, suddenly finds himself at the center of a transfer storm. And the rumors are wild. Whispers of a 76% chance this deal goes through. Even claims Enzo has already given Madrid the green light and started house hunting in Spain. But here's the kicker. Madrid don't just want him. They might offer Federico Valverde in return. Imagine it. Enzo, the World Cup winner, pulling the strings at the Bernabeu, while Valverde brings his energy and leadership to Stamford Bridge. It's the kind of blockbuster swap that could change both clubs for years. For Madrid, it's about replacing Toni Kroos, planning beyond Modric, and handing Xabi Alonso the midfield general he's been craving. For Chelsea, it's survival. Financial rules are catching up fast, and selling Enzo might be their only way out. And yet, the timing couldn't be crazier. Enzo's thriving in a more attacking role at Chelsea, scoring goals, running games, the player they thought they were buying finally showing up. And now, just as he's shining, Madrid are ready to pounce. So here's the cliffhanger. Does Enzo trade Stamford Bridge for the Bernabeu and become Madrid's next Galactico? Or do Chelsea gamble on keeping him and risk financial chaos? Tell me, if this deal goes down, who wins? Real Madrid securing their future midfield star, or Chelsea landing Valverde, the ultimate warrior?